I'm Ed Cormier. I'm Senior Product Engineer here at Warrior Sports on the lacrosse side. I'm here with Zach Currier, professional lacrosse player. We're going to talk about the Evo V shaft.
This is definitely my favorite shaft that Warrior's come out with. A best of both worlds between the alloy and the carbon. We work together working on the stiffness profiles of this. It's a pretty cool product, first of its kind, right?
Yep, first of its kind to use the alloy core carbon technology. We're applying a lot of what we've learned through composites, and we have a layering system that kind of goes carbon, aluminum, carbon, aluminum, carbon. So you're getting a lot of that kind of flex and stiffness from the carbon fiber, but we're using the alloy plies to really reinforce the durability without adding a ton of weight. So this guy's gonna fall kind of in between your QX2 attack shaft and then your QX2 Fat Boy shaft. In terms of weight and in terms of stiffness, it's more leaned closer to the Fat Boy, which is kind of where Zach was using that stick for both box and field.
Yeah, held up great. Didn't break any, but it was a little on the heavier side when I would go to field lacrosse. Loved the stiffness of alloy shafts, but they would never really hold up. If I took a big slash, it would get dinged up or something like that, or might bend a little bit. So this is kind of best of both worlds for me personally. I love the stiffness profile. It's durable. I have yet to break one. I've been using it for I think 2.5 years now. So it's been great for me.
Yeah, I think the only time we got you to switch was when we switched you to decorated shafts because we wanted to get some of the branding out there.
Yeah.
But it was hard to get you to change. But then you felt the new texture that's kind of simulating your tape job.
Yep, so I like to tape my stick up, I would say probably about 3/4 of the way. And this grip is actually the 100% of the way. So even where my stick is not taped, it feels like it's taped with this kind of chevron raised texture here. So big fan of that. The improvement from, I guess, the QX2 shafts, we also have the chevrons on the back, so your fingers get a little bit of that grip too. Really nice feel to it. Feels like the whole shaft is taped, which is ideal for me.
And one of the fun things that we like to do around here is seeing that we have like a tech you can see. So we were showing you that we were talking about that layering system, but when you actually look down the top of the shaft, you can see the alloy rings, kind of like the rings on a tree, where you can see how old they are, but not how old the shaft is.
2 years old.
Yeah. So on the weight part with the Evo family, we originally had the QX2 line of attack shaft that comes in around 130 grams, plus or minus a couple. And then we have the Fat Boy Evo QX2, which is in that 180 gram ballpark. And this is kind of a big change in terms of like weight for that range. So our goal was to get something that kind of fit closer to the middle. So the Evo V was targeted to come in right around 160 grams. And I think we did a pretty good job of hitting that one. And then in terms of stiffness, the Fat Boy is basically your rock. Like it doesn't flex at all. But what you gain in that stiffness is where you kind of add the weight. So the Evo V, we took some of that weight out, added a little bit of flex, but it's still, I believe, about 60% stiffer than your attack shaft. For the most part, this thing's pretty close to the Fat Boy in terms of durability.
I use the Evo V in field and have for a while now. I love that I'm able to play offense with it. It's stiff enough for me to shoot the ball and still have that consistency. And then when I get back on the defensive side of the ball, I can still jam guys. I'm not worried about breaking my stick and having to switch mid-game or anything like that. On the offensive side of the ball, it's a lot lighter than that Fat Boy where you have the confidence where you're not going to break it. So I still got that confidence with the shaft, and I'm able to play on both sides of the ball. And then even taking it a step further, I'm able to use the stick and box as well, both as a defenseman, as an offensive player. I can jam guys, I can run through picks, I can do everything, and I know that it's going to hold up and it's still stiff enough and light enough for me to perform on the offensive side of the ball.
That is really that versatility that we're going with the Evo V.
Versatile.
There you go. Stiffer than your attack shaft, a little lighter than your Fat Boy, super durable, has that nice Warrior Peak shape, so it feels good in the hand, made for an all-around player with an all-around player.
10 out of 10.
I'm Ed.
And I'm Zach, and this is the breakdown of the Evo V shaft. Go get yours now.
I was all in on it. I was like, good job, Zach, let's go.